Sawadee Krap. Welcome to Think Pink Podcast. Weather's too nice to be inside today. I'm down at the home ground of the Woodville West Torrens Eagles, which is right near my house. Grew up supporting this team, and this is the team that Spiro, one of our early guests, used to play for. Yeah, so chilling here, enjoying some sun. About to catch up with Jordan Fielding from Strongheart for breakfast, but had some time to kill, so thought I'd come and record now. I'm going to go over a few little subjects today. Subject 1. It's one I speak about a lot, and there's so many different subheadings under it, but it's just wanting to be your best. When you're starting in the sport, obviously you start it for something new, something you've seen it, you might have watched some, you might have heard about it, a friend might just invite you along, but you've got some sort of slight little preconceived ideas as to what it is about and what it includes and how it all works, and then you start learning stuff, and that's a mentality you have to never change. You have to always have that willingness to learn, willingness to enjoy it. Because too many people, once they start taking it seriously, they stop enjoying it, and it becomes a chore, a task that they don't really want to do anymore. And it's a weird situation. And I actually had the chat last night with young Jackie, and myself and him have some really. He's half Thai, so we have a bit of a link there, and he talks to me about stuff, but it's usually only when we're alone, sort of thing. So last night I took him home from training, and he was talking about is it normal to not want to go to training? I'm like, unfortunately, yes. It's all too normal, but it's all too normal how often it happens now. Like back in the day, like I remember, my earlier days, always just wanted to be there. It didn't matter if I had, if I was fighting or if I wasn't, if I had a fight coming up or I didn't, I was still just there training, and I was smashing it, and I was doing training as hard as I could each and every day that I could. But, as time went on, as I got further into the sport, there was more days where I was like, I can't be fucked going today. But then I started noticing those were the days that I actually had better days of training. Those were the days that I walked out of there feeling like I'd achieved something. I think it's because you overcome that thing of not wanting to do it, You walk out of there going, fuck, I achieved something today. And it's really powerful. It's powerful to have those, those days where you don't want to be there and you still go and you put in, because once you're there, you're there. You don't really have the choice to put in or not. If your trainer gives two fucks, he's going to be telling you all the time. And if he doesn't give a fuck, then you've probably done his head in already. So you go there and you just put in, and you walk out of there going, fuck, that feels better. And that's the kind of shit you have to remind yourself of then. You have to remind yourself that is what happens. You do feel good afterwards. And sometimes, the thought of the monotony, that the same shit day in, day out, whatever, sometimes it does your head in. But then you need to remember what it feels like when you feel like you've achieved something. Okay, part 2, Christmas break. So, as a gym, we don't close for a long period of time. We usually only just close the public holidays, maybe 1 or 2 more days. There won't be as many classes, but we've still got training. And one thing where, it's, as I said last week, with the whole training your brain to not be a loser. It's pretty much the wording. Like, Christmas is a good time to practice that. So by all means, you have your Christmas dinner, you have your catch-ups and all that sort of stuff, but you have to be smart. You have to still be exercising the whole time, You know, like you're, as I keep saying, you're doing this sport, you're exercising because you love the sport. So why are you stopping? Why are you finding an excuse to do fucking nothing and just be a fat cunt for 2 weeks? So, well, as I said, by all means, have those meals, and that's something you practice all year round, where if you have that one meal a week that you want to have, go for it. But you can't be living that life. You can't be living the unhealthy life and expect for it just to work during fight preps. Because if you really want to be that guy who goes down in history as one of the top dogs, you've got to be able to take the fights on short notice. So practice it all year round. When you get to Christmas, it's the same thing. Plan your week. Don't plan your binge day to be on a weekend during the year. Then during your Christmas break, okay, this is the days I'm going to be eating. The rest of the days, I'm going to be doing my normal food. It's not like Christmas to New Year, just smashing shit the whole time. It's not a healthy way of doing things. It actually, that's where you start having eating disorders and stuff, because you just want to binge while you can. You need to look at ways to create longevity in the sport for yourself. You need to look at ways of, not blowing out, because at the end of the day, who wants to be fat? Anyone who's fat doesn't have to be. There's ways around it. Not everyone's going to be able to get to skinny, but there's no need to be fat. There's no need for your weight to go up and down, up and down, up and down like this. Slight fluctuations is normal, because you have your comfortable time and you have your serious time. But, where people just go from zero to hero, all they do is drink alcohol or take drugs or just be a dick for the whole Christmas period, you're not doing yourself any favors whatsoever. And I see it. I can see it first week back, who's done the right thing over Christmas. And everyone, like if you want to take Muay Thai seriously, then you've got to take it seriously all the time. As I say, have your day, like, all right, so Christmas Day, I'm going to eat whatever I want, I'm going to drink, I'm da-da-da-da. And then you've got a week later, okay, New Year's Eve, I'm going to do whatever. Okay, cool. You've planned it. Then you need to make sure you're doing the right things in between. It's for your health. It's for your longevity of life. It ain't just about Muay Thai. If you make it about life, if you make it about wanting to be the healthiest and best version of yourself, then you might actually have the chance to transfer it across into Muay Thai, and for you to benefit from it in life, for the rest of life, through learning that lesson in Muay Thai. Topic number 3, changing your view. There was kind of a little plan I had with today, something a little different. It's nice to sit in my lounge room and have the picture of my wife and I behind me and sit there and record in my comfortable chair and all that kind of stuff. For someone like me who has a back issue, sitting on a bench without a back is, can hurt a bit, but it's okay. Change your scenery. So obviously my guys, I have used doing sprints on a Saturday. Man, change where you go. I give my guys 3 options: hills, beach, or snake pit. Snake pit it's a old training facility from the police barracks down by the beach. It's like a big deep hole. It's got like a sand track that runs around it, and just you got to do different length sprints. I say a minimum of 10 short and a minimum of 10 long. Go 10 long, then 10 short. But it doesn't limit you to, man, go to a different beach, go to a different hill, go to a bitumen hill. Like Fiddy Shades goes to some bitumen hill out his way near his house and does his sprints there. Change where you go. Change, for the warm-up run, we do a 4K warm-up run for the gym every afternoon. man, work out another 4K run in another direction. That's totally cool. You can, the way you feel about if you're coming to training and doing that same thing over and over and over and over, it gets monotonous. And the things that are monotonous are the running. It might be your kneeing of the bag sucks. You hate kneeing the bag. Change your bag. Change bag. Go on an opposite direction so you got a view of the gym while you do whatever. You've got it. You can make these slight little changes. You know, you might always be the guy who hits pads in the ring. People might notice in my videos of me holding pads, I hold pads outside the ring a lot. Man, you know how many rounds I've held inside a ring? Stupid amounts, thousands upon thousands. I actually get out and do them outside of the ring because I enjoy that. I enjoy something different, and I make that change. Man, I might do it for weeks on end. It's because it's something that I don't normally get to do. And then, boom, I'll be back in the ring doing it. Or at the moment, I've been doing holding for Panna a little bit earlier a lot of the time, and holding for him outside, and then jumping in the ring for rig later while the general class is on. But yeah, like turn the bag around. Or one of my big things I learned in really early days, I don't know, I reckon it might be. I reckon I might have heard Nugget even say it. I mean, like maybe not even heard him. Maybe I saw him. I read it in a magazine. I reckon he might have even said it. Don't quote me on who said it, but have different bags for different things. Because I hated bag work. It was just, for me, it was just so boring. So back in the old Fight Club days, we had a lot of different style bags. We had 2 different uppercut bags, one down low, one up high. We had big heavy bag. We had a couple of smaller bags. And so I had my bag for a task. The lower bag on the wall was for kneeing and for teeping. The higher one was for punching. The heavy bag was for doing full everything. Then the lighter, higher up bag was big, like a ball one. I used to knee that and punch. So I used to have my little task for each bag, and it made it not boring. I actually learned how to enjoy bag work. And then I've said that to my guys, like, don't just stick on a bag. You don't want to get to the point where it feels monotonous. Change it. Boom. All right, now I'm on this bag. Oh, now I'm on that bag. Now I've gone over to the big blue bag where it's a totally different view. You can do different things on there. It doesn't go anywhere. You kick it as hard as you want. It doesn't go anywhere. But yeah, changing your view. Podcast. I'm going to give a few of you guys a task to do. So, first 10 people I want to see a screenshot. I want to see you go back, and I want to see that you've watched every episode. So, obviously, you're going to be able to lie to me. You're going to be able to say that you watched them all because you scrolled through to the end. But first 10 people to screenshot, whether it be each episode, once, because obviously the bar goes along at the bottom. Once it gets to the end, show me you finished watching that episode, screenshot it. If you haven't watched them all, if you can go back and watch them all, that would be fantastic. First 10 people, send me 10 screenshots. Sorry, not 10 screenshots. Send me a screenshot of every episode. I know a lot of you guys watch every week. If you can send me those screenshots to show that you've watched every episode, inbox them to me on Think Pink Podcast on Instagram and follow that page. I'll put the 10 names into a hat. I'll do a draw, and then I'll send out a free Team Pinky t-shirt to whoever wins that. So wherever you are in the world, I'm happy to send it to you. So obviously, I'm going to ask you to be honest with me and watch the whole episodes, finish the whole episodes. There's some good stuff in there. So if you can do that, we are getting so close to, I'm actually only 200 hours off of being able to open up my first way of making money on Instagram, not on Instagram, on YouTube, sorry. And it's exciting for me. I didn't actually think when I first started doing this podcast that it was going to come along this quickly. So the first 10 people to screenshot and then send it through, and then I'll put it on Instagram when I've got the 10. But yeah, watch every episode for me. If you can watch the whole thing, I'd really, really appreciate it. I'm an honest guy. I'd appreciate you guys to be honest as well. Send it through and I'll put your names in a hat and I'll draw it out and I'll send out a free Team Pinky shirt. I charge $60 for the shirts plus shipping, but I'll send you out a freebie for it. Cool. So I'm going to check out. I'm going to enjoy this for a few minutes. So thank you very much, and I'll see you all next week. Khop khun krap.